And I'm sorry, I just need to bring up something very important, and I want to say this in English so everybody understands this. See, recently we dealt with a tragic incident, and I'm sure all of you are aware of it. It involved the Atmasthanadhipati of the Anuradhapura chapter. And I'm shocked to see that not many people in Parliament are actually voicing this out. I have to thank the Women's Caucus here because they have been pushing for it. The National Child Protection Authority has been pushing for it. But unfortunately, everybody else is so worried and scared about saying that an 11-year-old girl was raped. And are you telling me that religion is more important than your own children? What is needed right now is not just for the Women's Caucus to speak about this. What is needed right now for the Parliament to come together, whether you're in the ruling party or in the opposition, and have a select committee to prevent abuses like this, not just in religious institutions, but across different fields. I'm sure we can do more as parliamentarians. We all should be ashamed of ourselves that we allow this to happen. And you know, there's just one last thing I would like to add. There are certain characters outside Parliament who are saying, no, that girl was indulged in prostitution. I'm sorry, I doubt their upbringing. It is a very shameful thing to say that an 11-year-old girl who was sexually groomed was involved in prostitution. And I would just like to make a request to this House, to the Leader of the Opposition and to the Chief Government Whip to come together and to create a select committee which involves not just members from the Women's Caucus, but also party leaders, where they can come forward and come up with a feasible solution. And not speaking about it and being silent. I know that's the government's modus operandi. But not speaking about it and being silent doesn't necessarily solve the issue. And I mean, lastly, I can understand the government's selective approach when it comes to certain matters like the PTA, which we just discussed. When the word Suresh Sali is brought up, immediately the government members are getting worked up. But the minute the name Sangeethan was brought up, immediately when the name Sangeethan was brought up, no, we shouldn't pay any heed to it. I didn't know singing a song in this country is wrong. That's very disappointing. And sorry, just one last thing I might have to add. I technically had 7 minutes.